stopped in. I wanted to try the McRib.
Oh, yeah. Which one?
It's the one on the freeway where the BP's at.
Oh, yeah. Gas station. Classic gas station Macca's stop off.
Yeah, dude.
Yep, I feel it. What did you think of the McRib?
It's McDicks, dude.
Yeah, I think the same.
Yeah, dude, it was disappointing.
I don't know what it is about the meat. Like, it's not rib meat at all. It's just kind of like, it's like dog food.
It's like Cole's
It's
$5 meat patty.
Yeah, the sauce isn't even like, it's not cooked in any sauce. It's like they'll put the sauce on first and then give you the whatever it is, patty, rib.
The idea is good though, but yeah, dude, I would rather have a sandwich made from the two ends of the bread loaf
Yeah.
than Ronald McDonald's fucking ball sweat than
Yeah.
have that sandwich.
Just have Ronald McDonald piss in my mouth.
Dude, it's so disappointing. Dude, you've been there the whole time?
Oh shit. It's been like, what, 2 weeks?
Dude, we haven't been in here in weeks, dude.
Oh
It
my
stinks.
goodness. Stinks!
Why
in
it
here.
stinks so bad?
It smells like fucking green eggs and ham in here, man.
Smells like a Sarlacc's asshole in here, dude.
Alright, welcome to Couple Whiff.
Welcome to 2021 as well. Jesus Christ. Welcome back, you shit greasers.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to 2021, dude. I cannot actually believe we're in 2021.
Does it feel much different for you?
Yes.
Started off the year good?
No.
Alright.
Nah, that was it. It's been alright. It's been alright.
Not bad,
Yeah.
man.
Ah, yeah.
Coming off the whiffies from last year?
Yeah, dude, I'm still hungover from the whiffies, let's be honest.
True. Thank you all for checking it out too. I mean, we had a lot of positive response from the Whiffy Awards from last year. Got a huge year of MMA to look forward to. A lot of big plans for the potty.
Yes, yes we do. On Spotify now, guys.
On
so
Spotify.
So happy to be there.
Thank you again every week to Michael Donaldson and his studio here.
The
Thanks.
Stoodleson.
Keeping the lights on for the Whiffies, you know what I'm saying? For the whiffs.
I'm ready, guys. Come on. I'm ready. Come on.
Our producer, he's our favourite man. With me, always, my host, my co-host, host, Y. Tomasic, the Wooch. Love your company, man. Let's talk some MMA.
You too, dude. Fucking Bert to Miami.
Oof. Yeah, dude, the Sherlock to my Holmes.
Before...
Alright, that's not right, is it? It's the fucking, what's the dick, fuckwit from Sherlock, who's the other guy?
What,
Oh, Watson.
Watson,
Yeah, Watson,
that's it.
dude.
The Watson
Watson.
to my Holmes.
Dude, fucking...
Sherlock to my
The Sherlock to my Holmes.
2021 starting out good.
Dude, the Trump to my Biden.
Yeah, dude, come on.
Oh,
Dude.
yeah.
How dare you? You're mean.
Yeah.
Fucking
Dude, the old, what is it? Hagrid to my fucking Harry, dude.
Luke to my lair.
Ooh.
Oops.
I thought you said
pretty
lube.
cool.
I was like the lube to my strawberry or something.
Apple to my pie, dude.
Phineas to my Ferb, dude.
Alright.
Well,
What's cooking for this year?
we talked about the whiffies before, yeah?
Yeah.
We brought that up. Dude, all of our whiffies, which came out before the UFC brought out theirs, except for the submission video that came out, all of ours are turning out to be the same as what the UFC's using.
Yeah.
Coincidence?
Might be watching our
It means
shit.
we're on track, you know what I mean? I feel like it means that we know what's up.
Yeah, dude.
We know what we're watching.
We're a credible organization.
Yeah, and this year, obviously, they've already announced several cards, which we might get into a little bit later, but we're starting the year off with a few bangers.
We're starting the year off with a Connor fight, dude.
Colossal.
That's the
bangs.
first pay-per-view. The first fight is Holloway and Kattar, too.
Yeah.
So that's, just hearing those two names on the same card, like just on the same sentence, is just special. Also, as well, for anyone who doesn't know yet, that card, the Holloway Kattar card, is actually going to be broadcast on ABC, which is like the first time I think that an MMA fight has been, or any MMA fight, or like a big promotion's actually putting like content out onto a huge broadcast network like ABC to be watched. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
It's a massive play for the UFC.
So it's obviously just a fight night then. They're actually that's awesome. Televising some different shit, man.
So when you're done with your cartoons,
Yeah,
some
dude.
article cartoons.
Bit of cheese. Was it Cheese TV on that, or was that Roller Coaster?
Well,
No,
I
TV was Channel 10, dude.
No.
reminiscent of, as he said, like when like the sports obviously evolved so much. Like you had the Spike TV with the Ultimate Fighter finale, Honor versus Griffin, one of the all-time classic, probably the most important fight in the sports history.
Yeah, it's one.
Junior and Kane, the first fight night or fight card on Fox.
Well, they're doing it with a lot of stuff. Like the NBA was on SBS, or still is. I don't know.
I was about to bring up. I think the first time I ever watched UFC, and this was back in my uneducated days on the matter. You know what I mean? I'll be honest. I was like, is this like WWE or what is
Yeah.
this, right?
Just see
And
two
I-
guys in the
Dude, you don't know what
shirts.
it is, right? Like this, like a octagonal fucking
see someone-
setting.
There's
What's
a
going
shape.
on?
See
Cage?
someone get knocked out, and
That's
you're
a
like,
shape,
is he
dude.
okay? Is that real?
Yeah, what? I'm like, no, surely not. And I think that was SBS.
Yeah.
Remember, like, seeing these guys. I the first time I watched it, I remember, like, having a fucking heart attack for the dude on the ground. Like, before you kind of realize they're athletes and this is what they kind of do all the time. They get knocked out, they're getting uncomfortable. I was like, this guy's getting choked out. I'm like,
Do you remember the
oh.
organisation, what it was? Was it
No,
Australia?
it was UFC.
Yeah,
It
I
was
remember
UFC,
the first time
yeah.
I saw UFC on TV, it was Brock Lesnar beating the fucking shit out of Heath
Yes.
Herring.
Dude, you want to
Dude,
hear
I
my
love that.
first... Hey, mine was a Brock Lesnar fight as well. You know my
he's
first...
a big deal. He's the reason I started watching the sport.
Do you know who I saw? Well, what fight I saw? Dude, I saw Frank Mir get bollocked.
Oh no,
By
the second
Brock.
one?
The,
Yeah.
the first
Dude,
time. That's
that's-
it. Yeah.
Well, the first
The
one
first
gets him in a
No,
leg
no,
lock.
sorry. That was
Second,
the first
yeah.
time I saw it on TV.
Oh,
but
yeah,
like,
of course,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, that is a ferocious fight, man. He
Yeah,
just,
yeah. He's mean.
R.I.P. Frank
Yeah,
Mir.
he's a mean fuck.
He is a special kind of animal, though.
Whew.
Oh,
Jeez.
getting cold, dude?
What is
Flick
that?
the
breeze?
AC up or
I
something?
think I
Or
got
was
the
that
window
natural?
open. Is the window
I wasn't
open?
going to say anything, but I'm actually kind
I
of cold
actually
in here,
have
dude.
goosebumps.
It's cold up here, dude.
It's getting cold.
You know where we're at?
Yeah.
We're on Mount Beverest.
Yeah, we're stopping up past a little bit of Mount Bev.
It's time.
It's time.
What we got this week?
Thank you, by the way. I believe this is a fan submission on our YouTube. Thank you very much.
Sure, boy.
To Mr. Jordan Gom. Recommended to us Carlton Dry. I think this is a pretty big deal.
Cheers,
Like, this is a
dude.
fan favorite for a lot of
I like this beer. I already know that
I like this
I already know I'm going to give it a good score.
Yeah.
I've had this
So-
many times.
Shout out
Such
to Jordan because, comment below, please, guys. If
Yeah.
you want to be shouted out
all
like
the fans
this,
interacted, all the comments, all the likes and subscribes, all across all of our media platforms. We
Yeah.
fucking
We will-
appreciate it.
We will do
Yeah.
at this stage.
We wanna shout everybody
every
out
beer
who
that
talks.
gets
Everyone
thrown
that we
away.
can.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. First thing, presentation. What do you think? It's
Yeah, I
very,
like it.
it's just clean.
You know what I always like? It's a little bit, like the glass is always a little bit frosted and just
Mhm.
like the brown. Like it's a good colour beer.
dude, even the way it's just like fizzing to the top there, just as you crack it, oh my god, dude, that's.
Oh,
Cheers.
cheers.
Give me some of that.
Producer, getting on that.
Mm.
Oh, skull.
Alright.
Skull.
You know you can't say that around
Skull.
here, man.
Skull. The Viking
You
term.
see, this
Yeah.
Viking terms, dude. We're doing Viking
Yeah,
terms. now.
skull, dude.
Skull.
Never mind,
okay.
right, so it's gone.
Look, so some of us prefer
Alright,
to.
that's what it means.
Some of
Okay?
us prefer to review beers
Damn.
by having a nice decadent taste of the beer. And,
I just did that.
Yeah, that's, some of us like skull. So,
Decadent.
very. Jesus. Can you imagine? Dude, that just echo across the fields of Beverest.
I was
dude.
going to say that.
You
You
just
can hear that
caused
from
an avalanche. man.
Wooch's Peak up there. So like, yeah, taking a little little detour past, what was it, Griff Summit?
Schwid Lane.
Yeah.
Schwid's
Right.
Valley.
Schwid Lake.
all right, let's go.
Yeah, so
Rich.
I'll start. I like the taste of it.
Yeah, no
It's not,
shit.
it's not as bit like we like draft. That's our favorite. It's not as bitter as draft. It's very easy to drink.
Draft's little brother, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like
Yeah.
Nick Diaz, Nate Diaz. Like, you kind of...
Yeah, it's the Nate Diaz of Carlton draft beers. Anyway, I'm gonna say
Yeah.
I'm giving it a 20. I love this beer.
20.
20.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Easy to drink. Tastes good.
We rating it already?
Yeah,
Yeah,
20.
that's
Dude, I
fine.
can.
I like the what's it, presentation, the price point. Very averagely priced, I'd say. You're looking at your mid, whatever, 40 to
How much is it?
40 to
Probably-
50 bucks for a slab, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe 45 to 50.
You get like 42 on sale,
20,
yeah,
45.
22 bucks for a 6-pack.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, she ain't too cheap, but at the same time, it's not. Yeah.
Worth it.
Where
Right.
the lids? Are they still the ones with the little peel off lids, or is it
No,
just,
No.
no, I would not have given it a 20 if
say,
I
like-
stuck with this.
So let me just
They used to bother me, those things.
bartender doodle at the same time for you who don't know. I'm a bartender. I might have picked up on this, and a lot of people didn't. Now, the only reason that they did this, and I'm not saying it's going to factor into my score, but the reason why they did those pop-off lids, excuse me, was to actually mask the fact that they changed the size of the bottle.
Oh,
So it actually was, what is it now? Let's have a quick look there. Was it 330 mils now? It actually used to be 355, right?
I might have to lower my score. You giving me less beer in a bottle, dude?
Getting politics in this now, right? So what they did,
Gestapo tactics
they tried to do the classic new look Carlton Dry. They changed the size of the bottle, but what they really changed was the top of it. So you would all just talk about that and not notice that they actually changed the size of the bottle. So
I'm a little...
You know what else?
no, they changed, let me hear you with that.
They do that with a lot of stuff. You notice it like the tortillas in like the little Mexican packs that you buy now, like they're just a little bit smaller than they used to be.
What about Cadbury blocks of chocolate, dude?
I've never bought a block of chocolate in my life.
Really?
What?
I'm sorry. I've just
I bought a few.
Roast me for that, but
yeah.
I'm pretty sure what it used to be was is it 4? They've got 4 in a row now or something, or is it 5? I don't know, but they've taken one off the end of the row. Yeah, like the traditional Cadbury block of chocolate.
Fucking ludicrous.
But they've made it thicker. Like the block is feels thicker.
I understand that, but we're getting off track because I'm gonna talk about the genocide that is Cadbury lowering their chocolate. Okay, what was your score?
18.
18. It's not bad.
Mm.
Yeah, I knew it was gonna be a
You
hard
like
one.
this beer?
Look,
Give it something high.
you know I like this beer a lot. In fact, correction when you say that our favorite beer is Draft.
Hey,
unfortunately, I'm the black sheep here because I love, obviously, look, for me, Super Dry used to be my jam. I seem to like beers that are drier, a little bit, like, obviously not a little bit, like a tiny bit lighter technically, but it's to get that crisp kind of taste that I can just kind of slog back without the massive, heavy, bitter aftertaste.
Yeah, that is true. It is similar in that sense, as you said. It's kind of like the Draft without the heavy kind of grog that comes with it. I like that personally.
Yeah, me too.
You're right though. It is a lot. Yeah. It goes down a lot easier.
But for myself, I actually rather this. I don't even remember what I gave Draft. I might end up giving this the same, which is I'll give this a 22.
Yeah, big. That's huge, dude.
That's huge.
Luckily, quick maths. If that's a 20 by yourself, 18 and 22,
I think that equals 20. Yeah,
that's 20.
Even 20, my friend.
Schwib, not here for this one as well.
Well,
Schwib always kind of fucks.
He would want to put some like fucking cranberry in there or some shit.
Yeah,
so
I'm gonna throw some.
All right, so
ovaries or some sort.
Yeah, you look at the back label to see how much estrogen's in there.
Yeah,
and then
to check his menstrual cycle or whatever. And make sure he's
All right, I shall place it on the board now. So,
all right, on the mountain.
Yeah, on the big mountain.
What a draft yet?
22. 22. So she's still
just under there.
That's nice, man.
Carlton
things should be
really holding its own at the top of the peak there.
Yeah,
it's done well, man.
It's a shame their football team's
done well.
Hot garbage.
Yeah. Hey, well, I mean, they do have the tied with Essendon for most.
Yes, grand finals. Yes, premiership wins, 16 apiece.
Yeah.
So, all right, now just before I place this on here, remember these indicators on the side. We are obviously doing this out of a slab, so we got a 6-pack down the bottom to a 12-pack to half a slab, I should say.
You can see the lines.
To 18 and then 24 at the top. Okay, so I'm going to put this. Hopefully, it's close enough to a 20.
Let's see. It's going to stake its claim.
Oh, let's put it over.
This is always a special moment. Ooh.
What do you reckon, boys? Is about right? Huh?
Looks good, huh?
Yeah.
20. That's 22 up there.
Looks real good. You know what doesn't look good? Stella.
Yeah, it's a bit too high.
Fuck. It's a mixed shit.
Yeah, it needs to be way down there. Yeah, clean. We lost the stick, did we?
We did. Don't know what happened to the stick, but
we'll get it.
You know.
It's in the mount.
Dude, not everything lasts on Mount Beverest, right?
That's a big old flag too. That's really fucking planted there. I need to maybe trim the sides, but
yeah, that's right. We all need to trim the sides sometimes, dude.
I need to trim it all. I'm a hairy bastard.
Wookie fucking Griff over here, dude.
I know he's the stern Wooch, but I am born. You know, my bottom half's Wookie. Alright?
Alright, so well done to Carlton Dry, and thanks again, Jordan, for that recommendation. So, comment below, please.
Good recommendation. Keep sending them in, and we'll throw a little flag up there on Mount Beverest for ya.
Alright, now that we're done with Beverest, great trip it was. I'm going to refer back to the Ribwich, dude.
Yeah? The McRib?
Yeah, dude.
Got some thoughts about it you want to share with it?
I wanted it to be good, but it wasn't good, and it made me think of like foods and like especially fast foods that you remember being good as a kid and then just haven't lived up to the hype recently. Big one for me is the KFC Twister. I don't know about you. Have you had a Twister lately?
I have not. I'm being completely honest.
I think I stopped after one. I just remember having one, it just wasn't good. I was like, well, I'm not getting that again.
Dude,
you never really had them when you were a kid?
No.
Okay.
I've had these same KFC order my entire life.
Here we go. The fucking
Right.
notorious fucking Griff order. Yeah.
What is it though? Come on, guys.
I want to know the
Okay,
exact
so-
the exact order.
3 strip combo, and this is when crispy strips, like you were going to say, I was going to literally add on top of what you're saying. Crispy strips were double dipped, so they'd deep fry them in the crispy, whatever it is they do different to make them from the original recipe pieces, and then they would deep fry them again, so they were like fucking hella extra crispy,
Yeah, dude.
right? Crunch.
Speaking of hella crispy, hand me another jar to do that.
Oh, dude.
Stay
Earning
away,
every
yeah.
little bit of that fucking 20, huh?
Yeah, I might go another one too.
Alright.
And I'm going to pollute it, sorry, but I need that lime. Do you want to
What I was gonna say is,
for the lime?
Oh,
This
dude,
lime, dude?
there's 2 limes, man.
I got 2.
God damn, he was about to break every bit of my heart and grab the last fucking lime. The last lime.
not a lime guy,
Doing that to my studio, dude?
not an anything guy in my
Dude,
beer.
what about-
By the way,
Hey,
it is.
hey,
Do you think
hey.
it would have got a higher rating if we had Triv under the lid like the Carlton Dry did?
Oh, a little something like that. Negative to the political movement of trying to change the fucking size of the bottle. Yeah, possibly would have given it an extra 1. Dude.
Propaganda there.
Yeah, not sure about that,
Get
dude.
in the limelight, dude. Come on.
Fucking Germany invading Poland on that shit, dude.
Limelight Rush, dude.
Ooh.
Yeah, lime rush.
What I was gonna say is I have a
Good
special connection to the
Looking like
Twister.
your fucking bassist from Rush tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
straight up.
Actually, dude, that may I say that fucking hair is looking
Yeah.
nice and
It's
feathered
silky, dude.
Yeah.
to the side.
I
Dude.
conditioned it today.
Yeah.
Bit of
Check
Garnier
yourself
in
out.
that?
I'm not mad at it at all.
No, yeah, actually it's Garnier fructus.
Oh
Do
my
you shave
god.
as well? I think the last time we recorded you had a beard. Is that right?
Tremendous.
I think we did the whiff. I shaved for the whiffies.
No,
Did
you
you?
got you have
I'm gonna grow it back.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Mad, tremendous, dude. Tremendous.
We digress. So special childhood connection to the Twister. So when I used to go to Rosebud to see my family, we used to stop off at KFC. It was the only time I ever got KFC as a kid. Was when we went to see my auntie in
I
Rosebud.
love that nostalgic kind of. You get the visual of it, and then
Yeah.
the taste and the smell just like brings you back, right?
Yeah. And I would get 2 or 3 Twisters because I was a little thicky as a kid. You know, which was a
Thicky
thicky.
body, yeah.
And I used to just love it, and I think that now they've just changed something about it. It feels like it's like cold in the middle now. Every time I get one, it's like so inconsistent. It's either cold or hot.
You ever just
Yeah.
unwrapped it and had a look what's actually there?
Mm.
I don't want to do
You
that.
don't want to. You don't want to delve into the.
Most of the
depths
time, I
of
eat it
that.
while
It's
driving.
like a
too,
good
now.
looking chick, and you just like, you know there's no personality.
It just-
you don't even want to dig. Like, you're just like, I'd rather you just stay pretty and just keep it
That's
at
cool.
that.
Let's
right?
just not even
I don't want
talk,
to go
right?
deeper or anything like that. I don't want to know what kind of a piece of shit.
It's like
I don't know how
KFC
many kids your uncle has, dude. I just want to.
Yeah.
up in the hills, dude.
I don't
Look,
want to know how many seasons of keeping up with the Kardashians you've watched or whatever. You know what I mean?
Dude,
I
it's
don't
like
want to know that. kind
it's
of
like KFC is running on like maybe what 7.5 secret herbs and spices right now.
Yeah, they've lost
Not-
the
not
other.
11, dude.
stuff. Yeah, 7.5. Like, what?
That thing less,
3.
dude. No,
Getting average.
All right. I mean, I'm just saying.
When was the last time you had a good
flavor-
piece of original piece and you were like, fucking yes, I can't. Like,
So, oops, though, because we interrupted you. What were you saying?
well,
I said what I had to say. The Twister has changed, and I'm annoyed about it. I had one
Yeah.
the other day. I've had a McRib and it was McShit. Like, I just can't seem to
Dude,
catch a break with fast food right now.
I feel you, man. Like, I only, like, growing up, I never had anything from KFC but the Twister.
Yeah.
So, like, every time I went there with my dad or my mum, would never get your fucking
It's a special
Zinger or what, all those, like, things were like, they're like, oh, that's pretty expensive. Like, kind of burgers, you get the whole box and shit. It's like always just Twisters, dude. So,
Right.
I feel that.
How do you...
see your cheers.
No,
Like, alright,
I know.
I'm getting G'd. Alright.
New fucking
Yeah,
studio.
How do you fuck up crispy chicken? Look me in my optic stems and
Yeah.
tell me how you fuck up crispy
Pierce
chicken.
those corneas and let him know in the comments.
Anyway, and it's not just that. You know, like, alright, I brought this up before, but the Macca's sweet and sour sauce, I
Yes.
swear to God, has
It's
changed.
darker, right?
It's not the same thing. I don't order it anymore.
Yeah. That's
Garlic
true. It used to be
ale
more
with
like a caramel kind of colour. Now it's like dark.
You think it's dark and not
Yeah, it's
lighter?
darker.
Mm.
It's not good. I remember that. I can remember when it changed.
Yeah,
And
well-
I think as well, like one good change that happened in fast food though, Hungry Jack's chips got better.
Yeah.
Like they went from
Dude,
having like
Hungry
just
Jack's
standard
chips
fries to going to like,
fucking-
yeah.
Kick fucking ass now,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
One of the best changes they ever made. Now, I'm not too sure about that whole someone's trying to sue us because they think that our burger is the same burger as them business, because that's going to be weird.
Elaborate on what that means, though. There's
Well,
a
there
burger
might be
that-
a burger out there called the Big Jack, and it has a bread patty in the middle of it,
Yeah.
and for some reason looks a lot like
Sounds
a Big
familiar.
Mac, maybe?
Yeah.
And now they're saying that there's an American company that's trying to sue them, and
That's
they
a
actually put out
fat
their
cock move by Hungry
Dude.
Jacks to do something like that, though.
the fucking
Was that Hungry
savagery.
Jacks that did it, or was it a separate company?
No, it's
No, it
Hungry
was
Jacks.
Hungry fucking
Hungry
Jacks.
Jacks want to do Big Jack.
They did the
They've
Big
done
Jack
it, man.
and,
It's shit.
and the
I
Mega
didn't hear about
Jack.
this.
You've never heard what?
Dude.
Okay, so dude,
Oh, I
every
was going
time.
to say, did Macca's come back with what, the flopper or something like that? Like, what are we doing?
Yes, dude.
What?
Dude, so when you're on fucking YouTube, mind your own business, trying to fucking watch
Yeah,
top
it's everywhere.
Mojo fucking, top 10 fucking whatever, blowing up
Couple
countries or
Whiff
some shit,
highlights or
right?
whatever.
Yeah, as you do, right?
You're watching the Whiffies.
You'll see a fucking, for one, not one, but two ads. We love YouTube, but come on
Yeah,
now.
6 seconds.
Ad
Two
apocalypse
fucking,
is real.
two fucking ads will come up, and one of them will be Hungry Jack saying, fucking catch our big fucking Jack burger, right? And it'll look exactly like a Big Mac, and they'll explain it like a Big Mac, and at the end of the ad, like they changed it, and they went, oh, for some reason, like with this like big sarcastic voice, some Australians are getting confused between us and some American company that are now trying to sue us for our Big Jack. But we know that Australians couldn't think that because our Big Jack has 110% more beef patty, Australian grown
You
beef.
know that
That's a
every,
Dude.
Bunnings move right there.
It's a
We'll meet it at
baller
10%, dude.
move.
I will say this: that is a smart marketing
Dude.
ploy because Aussies love to stir the pot.
Yeah.
Like we like to laugh at that.
And
We
this
like
kind
to
of
take
shit.
the piss, right?
And we
That's
like
an Aussie
being-
tradition.
And as soon as I saw that ad, I was like, "Oh,
Bit of
this is getting
patriotism in there.
exciting, dude! This is
Dude.
sick."
You gotta love like two big corporate giants just fucking balling off, right?
Have you had it?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. They're gonna, so they're gonna lose that battle because it's not very.
Yeah, I
good.
tried it. It's not good.
It's like the one what makes the Big Mac good, and I know Griff, you weren't actually a big fan, but
Okay, if someone
Is-
never actually had a Big Mac, right? So
Wait, really?
I had a bite. I've never
I
had.
swear we gave you the whole burger, no?
I had one bite.
Oh, okay. Well, the
I've
time
had
that
a
you
bite of a Big Mac.
look, you were underwhelmed when you had it, right?
Yeah,
so that's
very
what I'm
underwhelmed.
referring to, right? And
So glad I just stuck to the double cheeseburger.
that's wrong. That's right. The allure of the Big Mac is, for fuck's sake, it's the sauce, right? It's that
Yeah,
secret.
I
fucking
love that
sauce.
sauce. I buy. They sell it at Coles.
You-
I
yeah,
buy that
I
stuff.
bought it, man.
Okay, there's another talking point that we need to go on about.
Got so many
Why
talking
can't
points.
you buy sweet and sour sauce in stores?
In
Why do you have
bottles.
to? Why is sweet and sour sauce a
That's
thing that
actually a
everyone
fair
knows?
point.
Why
It's
are there
not
not literage of like,
Yeah,
you
always have to go to a
containers?
fast food restaurant to get a different flavor of sweet and sour, right? And that's my shit.
I want a motherfucking.
Why can't you just fucking buy a bottle?
I want a Costco
I
fucking
want
brand.
sweet and sour
Sweet and
sauce
sour.
on my pie at 2 in the morning when I fucking get
Dude,
up with the munchies.
I got spaghetti bolognese. I'm
Dude.
putting sweet and sour sauce on it.
Sweet and sour sauce goes on a lot of things.
bread as well.
Yeah,
Right?
It's
it does.
sweet and it's sour. Like simple as
Dude, I
fucking
put sweet
that.
and sour sauce
Shit.
on my cereal, dude. Like, I love sweet and sour.
Dude, I'll put it on.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll put it on my girlfriend. Dude.
Yeah.
I
Dude, I put it on my sheets.
Dude, I greased my fucking car with that fucking shit, dude. Let's go, man.
WD-40?
Yeah.
I can get
Fucking sweet and sour sauce, dude. It does everything. Infomercial, buy sweet and
It's the
sour
best sauce, by the way. There's
Right.
not
Yeah.
even fucking close. Sweet
But
and
it was
sour
a
is
fair
easily
point.
the
It's
best.
not in any of
Yeah,
the.
fuck off,
shopping
Worcestershire,
centers.
you fucking piece of shit. Fuck off. You fucking fucking black as shit. Fuck off. Horrible
Dude.
looking fucking shit,
Dude,
dude.
was that your second or 15th beer? He's already got
This guy,
beer
let me
right.
talking about that, alright? Mr. New Year's over here, alright? How was your New Year's kiss at 10:30 when you're fucking home with the Uber, huh?
That's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair.
I
Yes.
was gonna say, I also conked out at about 10:30 on New Year's as well.
Yeah, oh,
Slept in
I
a
did.
swag, dude.
Yeah.
Well,
Slept in a
me and the
swag,
viewers are
looked at
roasting you
stars.
guys right now, okay? Because I need someone on my side, okay?
Getting
It was
on.
going to be like a 2 versus 1 situation, but it wasn't. Also, may I just say, and I'm going to put it up on the screen because you guys maybe remember it, but don't. Your hair today with that bandana looks exactly like the kid in the Foo Fighters fucking film clip for Big Me. He's like, the Foo Toss one? He's like chucking it up
Come
like
on,
that.
Do I know the food?
Oh, I was just asking, right?
Yeah.
And there's the kid at the end and he puts the fucking bandana
Chuck
on.
the
Pick right up on the screen.
comparison. Why did that take
Yeah,
me so long?
conspiracy theories.
Conspiracy theories, dude.
Are we throwing around a bit of salt right now? Because I got something pretty salty about it, and I know you guys would too, but my bank account's very salty about it.
Oh,
we bring that
dude,
up?
We're going to talk about this.
I
dude.
want to talk about
I feel like kind of
fucking
sodium levels
this. Yeah, rising.
rising.
Yeah.
Dude,
Like
Utah
we're-
salt flats.
Yeah.
High altitude? Salt to swing?
Yeah.
Dude, what's her name in the movie Salt? Fucking bit of,
Angelina Jolie.
yeah, a bit of Angelina Jolie Salt, dude. Yeah, okay,
Himalayan
so
I'm listening.
here we are, the three of us, plus Schwid, trying to watch a UFC event. When was it? Like a month
Figgy
ago.
Moreno.
Was it? Yeah, right? An enjoyable watch.
Great
and
watch.
we're all sitting around, fucking Sunday, we're having a great old fucking time. And I, with my card, because Griff doesn't have a debit card, doesn't matter, right? Whatever. I'm going to go through that. But
Hey,
with my card,
that's me.
It is mean, but it had to be brought up in a
But
certain
I'm
way.
also a child, right?
Also, my bank account is kind of hemorrhaging a little bit from it, so that's why I've written it.
Mine's heavy, so it's fine.
So, so here we are, delightful, ready for this fucking card, and we're watching the prelims on through fucking Fight Pass, right? Because that's the app that you have to. That's what you have to use is the app Fight Pass on my Apple TV, right?
Yeah.
Apple TV is great, by the way.
Yeah,
right?
Apple TV's a
Yeah,
worst.
shout out to fucking
Perfectly.
TV too.
So we go to fucking purchase this thing, and without my Apple TV even giving me a confirmation or anything, just buy it.
Just
Yeah.
click.
Just click, nothing happens. So of course I click this a few times, because most of the time if you're actually going to purchase something, it's going to come up with a verification,
comes through
something, right?
A few little, what do you want to call
Yeah,
it?
like
menu
little
screens will
pop-ups,
come
right?
up like,
Yeah,
you
follow
sure
the
you want to
prompts.
confirm, follow the prompts.
So, and I want people to comment about this, because this is actually an issue, because there's only one portal, am I right? Because ESPN app is a different thing. Can you
We
get
don't
through
have
that?
it here.
You don't have it here.
Yeah.
So in Australia, if you
can
want to
either
watch,
order it over the phone on pay-per-view if you have like Foxtel or something.
I just think this
that's
is
the only
bullshit.
other way.
so now I have,
illegally.
and maybe people think this is a weird thing for like my fault or my part, but obviously I started clicking this quite a few times. Now it came out of my account 6 times in the end.
This
right?
is not like.
So how does that happen, right? So if it says buy, confirmation, yes, like I want to buy
Yeah,
this card.
okay, yes.
How do you buy it again, right? If you've bought it and you got a confirmation.
But that never even happened.
The-
The confirmation didn't come through.
No, but not even that. It shouldn't even be an option to buy it again. You should
Yeah.
only be able to buy a
It
pay-per-view.
should be grayed
Right.
out.
Yeah.
It should say like, get ready.
Yeah, it's done. Just
sit your ass
processing.
down,
It
get
should
ready
be
to
like-
watch button
not-
should come
yeah,
up.
so-
Furthest device or something like that.
Yeah,
Right?
so this is, as you said, it took the money out of your account 6 times.
6 times.
This
How much
happened-
money is that, Doodle?
It's about $300.
Yeah. I've had this happen at my joint too.
Yeah.
My old man had it like come out of his account on 2 different occasions.
Yeah.
So UFC Fight Pass, tighten up your shit, man.
Mm.
Like that's bullshit. You
'Cause-
shouldn't be able to buy the same pay-per-view 8 times,
Mm.
right? It, like
We haven't got to the worst part. After all these times buying it, the pay-per-view is still locked in the fucking Fight Pass.
Yeah.
So
Have you got your money back, by the way?
No, I have not yet. I've gone through Apple. It's not their.
Disgraceful.
It's not their.
It's really
Yeah.
bad.
It's not their
Fucking
fault.
bull.
But I've
And
tried to
no,
explain what happened, and they
you
obviously haven't given it
missed
to me yet.
one of the key points too. We tried to buy this on 2 different UFC Fight Pass accounts on a laptop, Apple TV, and our phone, and none of them worked. None of those devices worked. And as you said, we tried twice on each.
Yeah, and it's
yeah,
the
so it
only
comes out-
platform for it in Australia. So
And
we have
we
to
are
turn that
desperate.
up.
Down
Meanwhile,
here.
the card is going too.
Yeah.
By the way, Cyril Gahn and Junior Dos Santos missed the whole fucking fight.
And I don't know if you guys know, but we have a podcast. So
Yeah, we're running a
which kinda-
business here.
We kind of need to see these fights
So
to talk
if,
about
the
it.
same thing, like right, this is one of those arguments comes up too, like why would you do the whole Fight Pass thing if you can just legally stream? This is why people fucking illegally stream UFC. Your fucking Fight Pass is a piece of shit app. Get your shit together with it. Also, the first update that they sent out, I've had the UFC Fight Pass for over a year. I paid my $180 to have it for a year. They sent an update out. It took fucking nearly a week for this update to process. You just couldn't go into Fight Pass. When they sent the update out and the whole new menu, like everything's the layout.
It's changed.
The layout sucks,
Yeah.
man. You can't select anything, and you search fighters. And when you search them back in the old UFC Fight Pass, it would give you all of their fights in fucking chronological order. So the last fight they had, going back all the way to their first. And you could search any fighter, you could search them by weight class,
Yeah.
and you could just search welterweight, and it would come up with every fucking welterweight that's ever competed in the UFC. And you can click on their profile, and it gives you a perfect chronological timeline. Now you can't do that, right?
Yeah.
If you type in Nate Diaz on the search bar, and what's the first fucking fight you're expecting to come up? Nate Diaz versus Conor McGregor 2.
Of course,
You have to scroll down 16 fights to find it.
It's not. It's,
you
it's
fucking
not even
serious with that?
chronological to his last fights, though.
No, it's just a random order. Find any UFC
Yeah.
fighter
I
on the
just-
roster and you click on their profile, like their fighter profile, be like,
Yeah.
here's their fights. Not in order anymore.
Yeah,
Look,
the UFC
God,
has a
that's
lot
fucking-
of screws to tighten up. They do a lot of things right, but this app is just it's so
It's so
unacceptable.
dark,
Like,
that, man.
for a $1 billion company, it's
$4 billion.
$4 billion.
That's what it was
company.
sold for, so it's worth way more now. But like, it was sold for $4 billion, and you fucking the one access point, especially for us in Australia as well.
Yeah.
We're desperate down here.
Feeling a little neglected
We don't
down
have-
here in the
We don't
laws.
have a lot of options,
Look,
dude.
we put our Karen fucking, scalps on for a second.
Yeah.
We're a bit salty about it. We still love you, UFC, okay? Of
Also,
course
can-
we love you, but come on, help
Can you
us out.
guys also fucking broadcast the sound better too? It comes out in like generic stereo, when you can order 1080p, Super HD live stream
It's
to come
super-
out to you for like 10 extra bucks.
What it is
but
is
it's
super
still
compressed.
shit fucking sound quality.
Yeah, super compressed. Yeah. Anyway, this has been a fucking Cobble Whiff rant.
Yeah, we dude, if we
That's
go on
a
another
salty
thing that
segment,
pisses
that's
you
the
off,
salt of the
that
earth,
vein
if you
that's
ask me.
popping out your neck is gonna
Spurt
explode.
out or something.
You go from sweet and sour sauce
Little
to
fucking fountain.
fight past. This dude's gonna have 3 veins that he didn't have before at the side.
Fountain
Yeah,
gave
I'm gonna
him
have
size
varicose
fucking-
fucking veins exploding in my neck, dude. Shit.
Shit, dude.
Losers.
Hulk smash, dude.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's unfortunate that we have to put up with this. Man.
Yeah.
Like, because we're paid. You have to pay for UFC Fight Pass, right? Just to have it, so you can access the fight library,
Yeah.
and you have to pay additional fucking paywalls for the pay-per-views, which is also bullshit. So, you know what I mean? It's hard to be a UFC fan over here because they don't give a fuck. Their app is just
We
absolutely.
got some pretty good. Like, isn't Australia a bit of a fan base, right? Like a growing industry for
We
it,
have an
you know?
Australian champion, for fuck's sake.
Mm.
One of your fighters on the roster is a champion from this country.
We had one in Whitaker as well before.
Yeah,
exactly.
Adesanya in New Zealand and all that. I mean, they're pretty.
This whole
Pretty much
Oceanic region's
Australia.
probably got the same exact problem with this Fight Pass thing. And it's
You have
no
to
wonder,
say.
as he said, it's no wonder people want to stream. For nothing. Like, I'm happy to buy the damn card and watch it and support, the UFC, the fighters and everything like that. I've never had a problem paying for it.
If it works, you won't have a problem with us
Yeah.
at all.
Right? Alright.
Let's move on to broader and bigger things here in this next weekend's card or this coming week's card.
What's
Yeah.
coming? Dude, the card is really
Woo.
saucy.
Yeah, so first card
Let me
of
get that up.
2021, as you said, ABC.
Dude, well,
Broadcasting. Maybe we should just fucking flick ABC on and watch
Yeah,
it.
maybe give them a call, see what's up.
You want to go flick to the prelims first, please?
That
mate?
Wilder's van, dude, that man.
I know.
is
So, what have we got? So, UFC Fight Island 3, I believe it is. Is it the third time they've been? Fight
Yeah,
Island
I think
3.
so.
Dude.
Dude.
I can't actually see the damn screen here. Do you want to scroll down to the bottom?
I can.
Thank you.
Dude,
Sorry, I
Phil
just need to
Horse.
keep the mic with me here. Okay, so
Alright, so it kicks off with the first 3 fights are no-name fights. They're all alright, but
David Zawada and Ramazan Emir. That's actually
relatively unknown.
that's not a bad fight. Actually, I'm not mad about that.
They've got great records.
Welterweight. That's going to be a low key. I think that it'll be like one of those low key fights that you want to keep an eye out for. Do you want to quickly just scroll us up?
It's
Yeah.
like that when you have
We just
when you
so Justin Taffer again against Carlos Felipe. That's going to be some sloppy heavyweight battle.
yeah, no doubt.
Rolling with our boy Taffer, coming from this region as well. But I mean, Carlos Felipe's actually looked pretty good a lot of his career too. He had that fight against what's his name? I don't know. Fuck it.
I
But
forget.
he won.
Was it Felipe, you said?
Okay, so Omari Akhmedov loses to Chris Weidman in the co-main event of one of the UFC fight cards.
By the way, do you remember how everybody
Was
counted out Weidman in this fight and they thought that Akhmedov was just going to run him over?
He kind of did though. Akhmedov was out wrestling Chris Weidman. That
Until
was
the
such
end.
a terrible performance from Weidman, and he's calling out Adesanya after that as if about his speech, everything about that whole fight, like his post-fight speech, like, oh no, that was a shitty performance, but I feel like as the former champion, like I should be fighting these top guys. It's like, bro,
No,
you could
dude.
barely got past
Right.
Akhmedov. Like,
Chris Weidman has a chin made of biscuits now. It's
Yeah.
just not going to happen.
kiss him on the chin goodnight, and he literally fucking goes to sleep.
Yeah, dude,
Paddle
the
pops.
breeze from Mount Beverest at
Yeah.
the top's going to
Yeah.
knock him
It's
out.
gonna put him on his ass.
Yeah,
So what do we got? So you got Omari Akhmedov
The Wolverine.
and Tom Breeze. That's actually not a bad fight. I don't mind that either. I like Tom Breeze.
Yeah, we got Phil Hawes as well
Yes.
fighting. Shout
So
out to
this
Phil
is
Hawes.
weird, right? So did I make mention of this on one of our other podcasts? You got Phil Hawes, one of the most bodied up, like black super athlete. There's a there's a bunch of these guys coming through who just look like they're just superhero bodies.
Looks like an Adonis.
He blew our boy, what's his face,
From-
Whitaker's training partner out of the water in his last fight, in like
From
27
City Boxing,
seconds.
yeah?
Jacob Malcolm.
Yeah, Malcolm. So you have Phil Hawes, and obviously he's had a career outside of the UFC as well, a lot, I believe. But I feel like Phil Hawes should be fighting Joaquin Buckley.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Let those two collide. They're on the same card, but like Buckley's fighting DeChirio, which makes no sense. Like Buckley's got a lot of momentum. DeChirio lost to fucking, I think it was Pat Cummins or like
someone like
someone.
that.
What weight class are we talking there? Is that
It's middleweight.
Middleweight,
So you
yeah.
got a bunch of these guys coming up through middleweight, and I don't mean to like stereotype or whatever, but you got these like massive like I don't say African or African American black fucking super athlete motherfuckers coming through. Like as you said, like your Joaquin Buckley, Phil Hawes. There's another one as well. I can't think of his name. He's fighting on an upcoming card. Yeah, at middleweight, it's like Maulian Bull Yellow or something like that. He'll come up soon. I can't think of his name, but he's got a really kind of like African, very ethnic surname. But he's another just monster as well.
Yeah. They're just cut though.
Yeah, it'd be cool. I mean,
I would like to see those guys colliding. I don't want to see the interior.
It's just circumstance, though, dude.
The Italian
like
wet dream or whatever.
I don't feel like I don't know if they're milking Joaquin Buckley at the moment, but he's definitely.
He's already got some fights lined up though. Like he's been calling out the James Krause fight for a while as well. Like, why are we doing this?
Did you hear? Yeah, I was about to bring up the James Krause thing. Like, did you watch the interview where James Krause was saying that he's not actually a super cool dude?
Yeah, I heard the whole saga. That's like why they're beefing. He said that James Krause had Joaquin Buckley reach out to him to come and train, and he refused to let him come train in his gym and whatever. So then that's where that beef started.
Or did he refuse, or did he come to train and then he was being a
No, he'd heard stories about Joaquin Buckley being a dick to like a training partner. He's just not a good training partner. He's like a dick in the gym. Yeah. And he'd heard about it through other sources, and when he reached out to him online, he was like, "No, like I'm sorry."
Toxic to the gym.
Yeah, that's not happening.
It's funny that happens in MMA though. Like you don't really know. It's like any celebrities or anything, right? You don't really know what's happening behind the scenes. They're a good guy, or kind of a shit bloke.
That's just word of mouth, though. Like, I mean, if we had someone that wanted to come onto the podcast, right, and we'd like seen or heard that person was like a fuckwit. Let's be honest. You wouldn't want him on the podcast, would you?
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, as I was saying, I feel like the Phil Hawes versus Joaquin Buckley should be happening. I'd rather see those two collide. You know what I mean? So
they might.
Just two super specimen athletes collide.
Phil Hawes keeps winning.
Phil Hawes, and then as I said, there's another guy as well who will come past, I think, on one of the next cards as well, who fits that exact same build, just super, super athlete, mega build. That are these new crop of guys coming through. You'd like as you said, like Phil Hawes, Joaquin Buckley, who are just flattening guys. Yeah. And it's going to be the future of the division.
We're going to be getting a lot of that now. I feel like the UFC's at that moment in time when it's been mainstream for enough time for younger people to see it from a young age and grow up wanting to be a UFC fighter. Yeah. So you're seeing people who have been dedicated to being an MMA fighter from birth.
Yeah, I see that. All right, so go back to the card. So that was the prelims. We went over a few of those fights. Fun for the hardcores. If you're the casuals, I'd still say tune in. Like, you could be surprised by a lot of these fights. Who have we got here? That's a good fight there. The Soriano and Todorovic, two undefeated fighters.
The O must go.
Someone's O's got to go.
Dude, we've got a lot of middleweight fights on this card.
Yeah, exactly. It's a good showcase for middleweight. I like when the cards do that.
Also,
as I said, there you go. Joaquin Buckley and Alessio Di Chirio. I feel like that's going to be one-way traffic, honestly. I feel like Buckley's looked pretty spectacular lately.
Could say.
Pons and
here we go. So this is a good talking point for us because my boy Santiago Ponzinibbio out for 2 years. Last win was fucking devastating Neil Magny. Yeah. I love Santiago Ponzinibbio, and if he is in any kind of form that he left, or if he's better, he is going to crush the Leech. Unfortunately,
28-3 as well.
So it's Li Jing Liang versus Santiago Ponzinibbio. It's the third fight from the main. Great welterweight showcase. It's going to be strange, right? So here's the parody I put out. Here's the parallel I put out. Sorry, you have Santiago Ponzinibbio. If he beats Li Jing Liang, the Leech, that should put him on, I believe, a 9-fight win streak in welterweight, maybe 10. He might already be on a 9-fight win streak, right? Shit. 7 or 8 or 9. If Neil Magny beats Chiesa, like on the following card on that next Thursday, like Pons crushed Neil Magny. So it's going to be weird to rank Neil Magny even on like now probably a 3 or 4 fight win streak.
Also, Neil Magny's no fucking joke.
Yeah, no, Neil Magny's a fucking stud, man. He's an excellent fighter. And it's like if Ponzinibbio fighting on you know, not even on the co-main event, beats Li Jing Liang. Like, shouldn't he be ranked above Neil Magny if Neil wins against Chiesa? Like, it's one of those weird ones.
Magny's been more active.
Yeah,
also, side note,
activity,
I couldn't like the Leech any less. The first fight I saw him.
Was that the eye poke thing that he was doing, like the eye rake?
Dude.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not.
Multiple eye pokes.
Dude, apart from like,
I thought it was a straight up eye gouge, man.
Yeah, no,
he had like one of those
was.
like the worst eye pokes I've ever seen.
no shit, I'm the captain now, fucking right.
In the eyes,
Yeah,
dude, like
shit.
deep in there,
You're
like
gonna hate
digging
that.
in the eyes.
Yeah, fucking, like apart from Khabib, who has a better record than 28-3, dude?
Yeah,
That's
dude,
fucking
and that is-
amazing.
No, they exist.
He has one loss that I
Still.
remember was to Lorenz Larkin, who was low key
Mm.
one of like a very underappreciated welterweight. Lorenz Larkin was one of the best athletes I've ever seen compete
Shit, man.
in the sport.
That's me.
Also, who
Lorenz
has a
Larkin's-
better record? What about Adesanya, dude? 20-0.
Yeah, but like, I mean, 28-3 is
Yeah,
pretty
that's a lot of
baller,
it.
man.
Insane. And he's
Considering I
fighting.
don't know his name though. You know,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
personally, as a
So
casual
He's
fan,
been
don't
out
know
a
his
while.
name.
Ponzinibbio was the first guy to really like kind of crush, not crush, but like really put it on Mike Perry. Like I know Perry had lost before to like Alan Joban, but Ponzinibbio on the big stage like really beat the fuck out of Mike Perry before that became like a, like a thing.
In classic Mike Perry fashion.
Like
he
before
was
Vicente Luque,
Before that became a thing.
yeah,
I mean,
like
it's just a
before the
phase.
Jeff Neal, like the Ponzinibbio was kind of the Vicente Luque, Jeff Neal.
yeah.
Like archetype, like where they all are kind of like the same guy in the division. They all sort of sit roughly outside of the top 10. They've all kind of fought and beaten the same kind of opponents. And so that's what I'm saying with this fight. If obviously, not that it's a guarantee, but if Ponzinibbio wins, I see no reason why someone on that kind of a win streak with a win over Neil Magny, especially if Magny wins on the Thursday following. For us, it's a Thursday. I believe it's a Wednesday night for the States, for anyone listening. Like he'll have twice the win streak that Neil has, and he would have had a win over him. So any kind of opportunity that Neil might get into either the top 5, he might be getting something along the lines.
Presuming
like,
he beats Chiesa.
Presuming exactly, but like he might be looking at like Wonder Boy fights or like like names like that in that sort of 5 to 6 echelon next, and same with Chiesa. But like Pons should also be,
Pons is
should be getting
probably the
those kind of
most
fights
dark
too.
horse out of
Yeah.
all the divisions,
And
I've
he
got to
was
say.
supposed to fight Kamaru Usman in Chile.
Yeah.
As well as I think I said, as I alluded to before, and like I feel like that would have been a pretty rough fight for Usman too, because like Pons is kind of that nightmare on the feet and really good takedown defense and jiu-jitsu.
28-3, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
not many people have beaten this
sometimes the
motherfucker.
UFC just is so disrespectful with fighters that are on decent streaks. Like, they really should have
Yeah,
their mouths pissed in sometimes.
Look, he'll have a longer win streak than Leon Edwards. And
Yeah.
Leon is sitting right there at that kind of like, I deserve a title shot. I'm like 7, 8 fights in a row. It's like Pons will have that same exact work against actually ranked opponents too.
Like, they do fighters who are on a great win streak dirty. Like dude, Glove.
Yeah.
Glover.
Yeah.
Crushing her up. What is he on, a 5 or 6? I think he's on a
5.
6.
I think it's
My boy, the glove, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, the glove fits, and he's... Dude,
Yeah.
fucking
But
Jan
he is
and
apparently
Izzy are fighting.
the official alternate to that fight. So if either Izzy or Jan falls out, Glove steps in for that fight. He's the...
Money talks
I
and
don't-
bullshit walks. We
I
know
like
this.
that kind of thing though. Like I know that had a weird stigma about being the backup fight. I actually like the backup fight, man. I'm not mad at it.
What you like,
I like backup
Jan
fights. I
and
like
Glover.
people being like, for instance, Chandler and Hooker.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
Sort of like the backup. I believe if either Poirier or Dustin fall out of that fight, I think Chandler steps in, or I think maybe.
Isn't that
No, it
fight
might
already
be Dan.
booked? Am I mistaken, or I thought Hooker and Chandler was something that's already been booked? Like,
It is,
that-
but like if, for instance, if someone from the main event falls out,
Oh,
they
yeah,
will
yeah.
Step
pull
up.
Chandler and Hooker, and I think pretty sure.
Well, yeah, rock, paper, scissors, who gets the spot, or...
I think it'll be Chandler, since he was meant to be the backup
Oh,
for the title
Chandler.
fight. Yeah, I think Dan Hooker should. Like, I've watched Dan Hooker and Connor. I think Connor would
Watch him and
smoke
Poirier again, dude. That was one of the best fights ever
It's
last
big
year.
dog and Poirier if that happened, though. Like, if, say, for instance, how I would do it is, if Connor falls out of that main event, you do Chandler and Poirier. If, for instance, Dustin falls out, I wouldn't do Chandler and Connor. I'd do Hooker and Connor.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I would do. Like, it's one of those weird ones. 1 or 1. Like, if one person falls out, then the other gets the fight.
Yeah, I really like they got backups because, like, shit, you don't want to get to the event, always something goes wrong and all that. But, like, at the same time, it's like, kind of does suck. I mean, how much can you train being the guy who's maybe going to fight? And if you do train hard on it, then it's like, well, you did it for
You should
nothing,
always
right?
be training. It's like,
No, but
even,
like,
dude,
it's
when
different.
Khabib was when he fought Al, he was going to fight Holloway. Holloway was going to step in. Baller move.
Yeah, it was a ball.
But it is different, like training specifically for a fight and an opponent and studying that opponent and whatnot, isn't it? Like, I mean, you don't want to go into a fight just training like normal and then lose because you didn't study the opponent right. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the same as having a
You
fight
don't have to
camp.
take the
also
fight.
real fighters
That's
are
the
real
thing.
fighters, though.
Yeah, real fighters.
Real fighters will fucking fight anybody at any time, any place.
And you also
That's what
don't have
Conor
to take
McGregor
the
is,
fight
man.
if you don't want to. Like, I mean, Ferguson said he wouldn't have taken the Oliveira fight if he had missed weight.
Yeah, he said that for a few fights though. Like
Yeah.
they were trying to match, I believe, when Khabib fell out of one of the Tony Khabib fights.
Yeah.
They were like, Michael Johnson said he'd step in and rematch him, and Tony's like, no. And I'm not saying Tony's not a fucking gangster, but like he has said no to short notice fights, and I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I know
I think it's very fair,
Woodley, when he was going to fight Darren Till, Kamaru Usman weighed in. It was going to be the alternate. You know,
Some could say that
Foreshadowing.
maybe he shouldn't have, even taken the short. Well, he wasn't a short notice fight, but Gagey stepping in on that
yeah,
fight.
yeah,
right?
exactly.
You know,
Yeah,
so
Yeah, but
that's
you
why-
don't know because like short notice fights can pan out and like they can pay
But
dividends.
also,
Like
they
even
extended
though
that fight though, so Gaethje got an extra couple of weeks to train for that because he was going to be short notice, and then they made it.
what I was gonna say is Felder stepping in against RDA recently was a baller move, even though he lost. It looks
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
to
it does look
his stock went
fans.
probably almost more up
Yeah,
than
exactly.
RDA in a
Well,
way. Yeah. Sorry, we should move on with the card.
Okay, so yeah, I'm going with Pons here. He's my boy. I missed this motherfucker, man. I love watching him fight, and I think he's going to crush the Leech. Sorry.
Yeah, two main events.
Now,
are
look at this.
special.
Co-main. This is a fight that I have talked about for the matchmakers and just for the sport, for the legacy of this division. You have Carlos Condit, the natural born killer, and Matt the Immortal Brown fighting. Finally, please, MMA gods, listen to me. Please let this fight happen. It was booked 5 years ago the first time they went to do this. Like back in the, welterweight's prime. It's fallen out a bunch of times. They've finally gotten it together. This is a throwback fight. This is one of those fights that was meant to happen around the time when like Robbie Lawler was the champion. Like that.
Yeah.
Legends.
2015 and earlier.
I look at this fight and I just see it on TV the same way I saw, like there's old UFC on Fox fights, like it's got the little octagon in the corner,
Yeah.
round 1 of 3. Like when I see this fight, I just see it through that old.
I see this as
HUD.
like violence though, man. Like,
Yeah.
This is one of those fights where these two guys are not the most athletic guys, but they have a history and a career of fucking people up, right? They have exceptionally skilled. Carlos Condit, 31-13, the former WEC welterweight champion, the former UFC interim welterweight champion, against Matt the Immortal Brown. Someone, obviously, his record's not really indicating exactly the kind of work
That's
that
one
this
of my
man's got.
favorite knockouts of all time.
24 and 17, right? It's not the best record, but that's
my
like
God.
old school MMA record. That means he fucking fought anybody at any time at any place. It's the most knockouts in the division, I believe.
It's the perfect matchup to see them both style on each other too. Like they're not.
They match up perfect.
They match up so good.
I
dude.
love this fight. Carlos Condit's one of my favorite fighters. Period. I've always loved that motherfucker. I love his style. I love he's a low key a wizard on the ground. Like he's been submitted before, but he's kind of got like a cheeky submission game that he still plays with. But he's known for having maybe the best chin of all time. I have to put him in maybe the top 5 best chins ever. He's so
on Mount Rushmore for chins.
So tough. And Matt Brown, yeah, his chin's not the same, which is why I'd probably be leaning Carlos in this. Just on terms of just like durability alone, I think Carlos will just outlast him. Carlos has the firepower, he's technical, but I mean Matt Brown is a
Dude,
fucking
Matt Brown has
caveman.
one of the
Matt-
coolest stories of all time getting into MMA
Yeah,
when
dude,
he just showed up to a
yeah.
promotion and he just fell in love with it because
I
he
like
talk
fighters
about
like
short
that.
notice fights. He has the most short notice fights.
Yeah.
Fighting on the day.
Yeah, that's as you said. Like Matt Brown is someone you, as a fight fan, you have to respect. Looking at the record, you'd be like, oh, he's a bum. He's the record's pretty close, like on wins to losses. But you have to understand the kind of work that this he's put in. He's not a naturally gifted athlete. He's just a tough son of a bitch, like nose to the grindstone.
He's a grimy bastard.
Yeah, he is, man. He makes fights ugly. He has a win over Wonderboy Thompson too. When Wonderboy is just an absolute outstanding striker, and he just made that fight dirty, man. He came after Wonderboy, took him down, beat him up.
Dude, I saw that elbow classic.
Yeah, that's right.
Diego
It's one of the
Sanchez,
best.
my favorite.
I know,
Probably
I
the
was gonna
best
say.
elbow.
Do you know why I
Where
like
is
that
he,
so
dude?
much? One is like the elbow and the reaction from Diego Sanchez. The way he's like
Folded.
Dude,
Like Oregon.
like a
Crazy.
lawn chair, dude, face to the ground.
I mean, he like grabs him, like almost looks like he grabs him like close to the back of his head and just like lines it up with his
And he
face.
walks away and he's got...
Yeah, he just points like,
Boom.
I fucking told you.
Yeah, he looks like
see
a
this
dirty
elbow?
old man,
Yeah, no,
too.
but Matt Brown is someone who is you have to understand that there's some fighters who are like plucked out of time. Like he was like a caveman that was plucked out of
He's
out of
Neanderthal,
history
dude.
and was just thrown into the welterweight division in
No,
the early
museum.
the 2010s era.
Before
He's a
MMA was
mean
cool, you'd
fuck,
say,
man.
too. Both of these guys are like... They were into MMA before it was cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, they
Carlos
do it
Condit's-
because of...
Carlos
They
Condit's
like-
been fighting for like 20 years, I think, 21 years. I think he debuted probably like, what is it, 2000, maybe earlier. I think he's been fighting since he was 16 years old professionally, which is insane. Oh my
Under his
Educate-
name.
Educate your boy here, okay? If I'm gonna go before bed tonight, because producer Doodle's still getting used to all these names in MMA, and I know Carlos Condit is like one of the
Conduit, how do you
Condit, Condit,
Condit.
Condit.
Condit. Sorry,
Natural born
My
killer,
bad.
NBK.
Condit. As I was just saying, educate your boy, because what fight should I watch before
Robbie
bed
Lawler.
tonight?
Dude.
Robbie Lawler.
Robbie-
He does not win that fight, but it's debatable that he does. Robbie Lawler versus Carlos Condit might be the best fight ever. Might be. Maybe over against Rory. Like, you have to watch those two back to back.
I've
You
seen
tell me
Rory
what's the
on
best
one.
fight.
Yep.
I'd say it's on the same
What were
level
you
as
going
that.
with, Wooch? Were you on the same one?
Or
Law?
Nick Diaz. Didn't he?
Okay.
He did. He's got a bunch of excellent fights. I would say
But that's
the quintessential fight.
If I'm
you
gonna
need to
watch one.
Yes,
yeah?
the quintessential fight is against Robbie Lawler for the title.
Because
The best, maybe the best they've ever looked.
Split that out before bed.
He's a man's man of fighting. You could... He's got a lot of good fights. Did he fight Josh Thompson? Or am I tripping balls here?
No. No.
True.
Thompson was a 55er.
Okay.
That's the fight you want to watch. And Matt Brown, I'd just say, check out the Diego Sanchez fight just for that knockout, but he's had a bunch of really great fights too. I mean, Matt Brown gave Robbie Lawler a great fight too. That was just the period of time where Robbie Lawler was the man. But, I mean, that's a great co-main. I love that the old guys, they're doing these kind of old veteran fights. They hardly ever do this.
They don't always seem old, though.
No, but they
That's
always feed the old veteran types to the young lions.
Jeez, they
I
are.
appreciate when the UFC does this, right? They pair guys who are sort of at the same point in their career. A couple of fights from retiring, a little bit over the hill, but are still, they can
They're
still
not
bang
making
it.
the fight to advance anywhere in the rankings. Like it's just
It's just fun, man. And this is a great co-main.
It's like a legends match, isn't
Yep,
it? Really.
Pretty much,
absolutely.
yeah.
You have two legends of this division, two of the best that have, best of a generation.
Alright, speaking of legends...
And I'm going with Carlos Condit. I'm sorry. I think Carlos knocks him out.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you. Speaking of legends, though, how
Yeah, legendary.
good am I for predicting that this fight would come
Yeah.
to pass? The main event,
Thought about it.
Max Holloway and Calvin Kattar, is
The
a fight
fight.
that I predicted.
I thought before this fight would come together, and as you said, you predicted this. This was my second choice in my head of like kind of trajectories in this division. I thought they would have paired up Calvin Kattar and Korean Zombie, but Zombie did get his ass whooped against Ortega, and that was obviously another fight that everyone wanted to see, the Ortega-Zombie fight. So we lost out on that, but instead we got Calvin Kattar and Max. It might even be a better fight.
It's way better. So they fight pretty much exactly the same. They fight nice and long, and they both have no fat on the punches. So like this is going to be exactly
Very
the fight
clean.
that you want to see.
Output.
You want to see a crispy stand-up war. Like
Okay.
this, it's going to be amazing.
Let's have a look
Right
at
now.
some of the work in the division that these guys have. Max, former champion.
Yeah.
He lost his last two to Volkanovski, but debatably, as he said, I believe he lost to Volk the first time. I thought that was a clean, unanimous. But on the second time, and I know Volkanovski is the champion, he's our fucking Aussie, the champion.
Ambassador for us.
Ambassador
he's
for
our
MMA
ambassador.
for us over here. I truly still believe that Max is the champion of this division. He's the best in this division
just-
because I believe he beat Volkanovski in the last fight.
It was close, yeah.
It was close. I'm not saying it wasn't close.
You got
I
to
just-
take it from the champion. You know what I mean? Like you got to make it more decisive than what it was. So
He
I don't
dropped
have
the
a problem
champion
with it.
3 times.
You
know what I mean?
You won't hear like an
dropped
argument from me.
Dropped it.
Yeah, you won't
Yeah, I
hear an
remember
argument
that.
from me, but you got to really take it from the champ if you want the belt. And I just don't think it was
It
decisive.
was very reminiscent. That fight was very reminiscent to me when I saw it of Reyes and John Jones. Right, it's one of those fights that's so close, but a lot of people had it for Reyes. I think so many people had it for Max in this fight. So you don't really lose a lot in saying that you took a loss. But I mean, he lost his win streak to Poirier at 55, went back down, defended the championship against Frankie, and then he lost 2 to Volk, and now he's fighting Calvin. This is the fight to make. There is no better fight in this division to pair up other than, I guess, Volkanovski and Ortega for the title. But outside of that, this is the best version of a number 1 contenders fight you can have. Former champion, one of the best ever in this division, maybe the second best ever behind Jose Aldo.
Shit, dude, that's a 13 fight win streak.
Yeah, he was crushing.
Holy
Look
shit.
at the resume, too.
Dude,
Look at
Anthony
the people on
Pettis, Jose Aldo twice, Jeremy Stevens, Charles Oliveira, dude.
Chucky Yellows, dude.
Cub Swanson.
Ricardo
Oh
Lamas.
my god.
He has
the resume
will
is
show.
impeccable.
Ortega as well, of course.
Yeah. Wow. Excellent resume. One of the all times. And Max Holloway has absorbed, I believe I saw a statistic, over 900 strikes to the head and has never been dropped. Are you fucking serious with that, dude?
I didn't realize he lost to Poirier before. Like, I know
Twice,
it was obviously
I
very
think it's his
early
first
on.
fight in the promotion, if I'm
Wow.
not mistaken.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just meet your stylistic nightmares. So he's lost twice to Volk, twice to Poirier. I think he lost to Dennis Bermudez and Conor McGregor. I think that's all of his losses, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct.
I'm pretty good with that, right? Whoops. And yeah, as I said, Calvin Kattar, if we could pull up his resume,
if you're a casual and you don't know who this man is, wake your ass up and go watch some of his fights, because he fights exactly how you want to see someone fight. There's no ground game there. It's all about the stand-up fight, and that's what I want to see. We all like seeing a wizard on the ground or someone who's amazing at wrestling or anything like that, but really, we want to see 2 guys duke it out.
Yeah, like Jules, right?
I was trying to think of, I had to quickly search it. New England Cartel. Man.
Yeah.
That's the moniker that this man, he
wears
that on his chain, bro. Calvin Kattar has a very low-key, because like he's been doing work in this division, but he has a lot of great names on his resume, man. I was sort of thinking that like above the guys who are ranked above him, kind of don't have the same kind of work that he has in the division. He's got the Zabit ranked above him. He's got Yair Rodriguez,
we'll talk about the Zabit
Ortega, and the champ, I believe. Right? I think those are the only fighters that are ranked above Kattar. So pretty much everyone below him is either beat or is now in a position where he's probably too good to fight most of those guys. But I think his record's better than Yair's. His record's better than Zabit's, despite the fact he lost to him. But as I said, like, a lot of the guys who are ranked above him don't have the kind of work that he's put in this division. He's beaten a lot of big names, low-key. He beat Dan Ige, a fight he shouldn't have even had to have taken.
Dude, he knocked out Jeremy Stevens.
Yeah, knocked out Jeremy Stevens. The legendary immortal chin of Jeremy was finally...
with that lead elbow.
Yeah. He split his face the fuck open too, man. He had a big old gash on.
That was the ground and pound though.
Ooh, yeah, it was, but still, I mean, no one does that to Jeremy. No one fucking claps
Jeremy coming in
Stevens
with that,
down like that.
That Miami Mexican tan.
Ooh. Yeah, dude.
Hair on point, beard on point, and then he just gets
paunched. That was a nail in the coffin for Jeremy. I mean, Jeremy Stevens has a career of being super tough, fighting heaps and heaps of killers, and has never really been put down like that. I mean, he's been knocked out from a body shot from Aldo, but other than that, I can't even think of a time where he's been finished like that. He also, I think another good win on there, Ricardo Lamas, I think he broke Lamas' jaw, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
He knocked Lamas out. He beat Chris Fishgold, who's a former Cage Warriors champion. He's also a very good fighter.
Took Shane Burgos' undefeated streak.
True, that was one of the best fights ever. He's got good work in this division, man, and I think, this is one of those fights that you have to tune in and watch, because you have one of the best, cleanest, crisp boxers in this division versus Max Holloway, who's one of the best straight up kickboxer, volume. I've always viewed Max as kind of like a snowball fighter. He kind of starts slow and just starts to overwhelm you. Like, his volume is kind of like for instance, if I put on a scale, it's like 10 punches landed in round 1, and then the next is 15, and then the next is 20, and the next is 25. But obviously, it's a lot higher margin.
Cascade.
Yeah.
He starts.
He puts it on.
It's a snowball effect, man. And I think that Kattar's got a chance to really hurt Max and maybe gain a strong lead in damage, the same way that Poirier did early. But if Max starts to catch up to him and starts to really get his rhythm and timing and get that volume down and starts to shut Calvin Kattar out, man, it's going to be a rough. I don't think Max finishes him, but I'm predicting that Max beats him over a decision over 5 rounds. I do think, as we would say, the intangibles, Calvin's got a lot, probably faster hands. It's probably more powerful.
If Kattar, there's a lot on the line for Kattar because he's cleaned out the division, like most of it. He lost to Sabit, which is a piece of shit fight. It fucking frustrated me, that fight.
Yeah, if that fight was meant to be 5 rounds, I think Calvin would have won it.
Alice Lee's dude.
Yeah, makes sense.
Scumbag fight. And then like...
But he's overtaken Zabit now. Like, he's getting a Max Holloway fight. That's something Zabit has
true.
not gotten. And Moicano did kind of piece him up, which is what kind of concerns me. Like, if someone who can kind of just halt the momentum.
Yeah, and Kattar takes leg kicks too.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't check
boxing
the kicks.
style, that's a lot of the time they're heavy on the lead foot. Max's kicks looked outstanding in the last fight against Volk. That's something that he really started to tidy up, man. As you said, like, Calvin Kattar's best route to victory, I don't think he can win on points. He'll have to knock Max out. I just don't see that happening. Max has fought too many hammers, and it's never even been knocked
Holloway
down.
puts on a pace too.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say is,
see.
Kattar, if he wins this fight, he's set him up for superstardom. If he can win this fight.
He beats Max Holloway, he's the title challenger. Right?
Sure, that's a title shot.
Yeah, he'll get a title shot with the winner of Volk.
If he wins this fight.
Yeah, he'll get a title shot against the winner of Volk versus Ortega.
Yeah.
That's obviously the title fight. Everyone knows that's not been booked, but we know that's the title fight. Calvin Kattar beats Max, he's next in line. If Max wins, which I believe he will, he better hope that Brian Ortega beats Volkanovski, because if he does, that gives Max the opportunity to fight for the title again against someone he's already beaten. And obviously I think Max is still improving. He's only like 29?
And Ortega
not
has
even hit 30
significantly improved. You saw his last performance.
And if he beats Volk too, man, that'll put him, that'll put that rematch as maybe one of the most anticipated fights in the division's history. Like, we'll have a rematch of two
Max
guys.
taking his undefeated streak as well. I think he was 14-0 at the time.
Was it 14? I thought it might have been close to 17 or something like that. But that makes sense. That's something we can look forward to, as I said, matches. I don't know. Like, the problem is, though, if Max wins and Volk wins, we're not getting a rematch. So it's just going to be who's next. But I guess you'd be hoping that Ortega beats Volkanovski or Kattar beats Max.
I would watch the shit out
that way we got fresh matchups.
Ortega versus Holloway again, dude. I love that.
I'd watch it again because I know that the margin has closed, because Ortega looks outstanding and Max is still getting better too, man.
Yeah.
You can't say that Max is kind of plateaued and is losing. He's lost his stride. Like, he's taken a lot of damage, but Jesus Christ, man, the kind of adjustments he made without a training camp, without a full camp around him, without a full training regime and all that in quarantine, to come and perform the way he did against Volkanovski, someone who really shut him down in the first fight, shows you that he adapts. He's still learning. He's still broadening the toolkit, and he's still one of, if not the best featherweight on the planet. And as I said, if you really looked at it as if he didn't lose the last fight he was in, he's still the champion. Exactly. And this is Calvin Kattar's title shot, or low-key kind of like the #1 contender fight, without a doubt.
It's a big deal. It's not a championship fight, but like, Max is arguably the greatest featherweight of all time. You'd say that probably...
It's Joe Rogan's argument. I disagree.
It's Aldo.
He's probably the second. It's Aldo then Max.
But
if Max loses this...
He beat Aldo twice. So that's just the way it goes.
Finished him twice too.
Yeah. So that's just the way it goes. But, top two, however you pick it.
I still think Aldo's the...
Let's just say, for the sake of this argument, he's the greatest featherweight of all time.
Maybe.
And if Kattar beats him, that...
To be continued, but yeah.
Yeah, look, it's...
We'll see, because Aldo's no longer in featherweight, so if Max still is only in his late 20s, he still maybe has a big career there.
Yeah.
I think we will see Max eventually move to 55. But I do think as well, across the board in this fight too, they're the same height. I think Calvin Kattar has about a 3-inch reach advantage, which is rare at featherweight. They're both very tall featherweights, very long. I think Max has not got the longest arms, but he kind of fights long. But who knows, man? He fought completely different between his last two fights. He fought two totally different fights.
Yeah.
Prediction, which I love that this fight's a coin toss for us, because I can definitely see Calvin Kattar.
Look, I want to say Kattar by TKO. I'm not going to say what round. but
Wow.
I'm gonna say Kattar.
Yeah.
Right, he's my
Do you
favorite
reckon-
fighter.
Yeah,
No, I know, but
yeah.
do you reckon he's like? Do you reckon if Poirier couldn't knock TKO on Holloway, do you reckon that Kattar's
Like
capable
Kattar
of it?
TKO'd Jeremy Stevens
Yeah, but it's not
in the mouth.
It's different. It's
And
different.
I
Dustin
heard that-
Poirier has more firepower than Calvin Kattar. I'm sorry, and they're very similar fighters too, which gives me hope that Kattar can win this
Different
fight.
weight
Because
class,
if Poirier can beat Max twice, and I believe that Kattar's style is very similar to Poirier's, a little bit more fine-tuned, a bit sharper striking, a little bit less reliant on kicks, and a bit less wild. But
Poirier
Still
nowhere
very-
near as fast, but
yeah, still, but
yeah.
as
The
you said,
power
but it's still
difference, yeah.
similar in terms of like heavy boxing style, heavy on the lead foot, very little kicks, but just very sharp, very precise timing, very good at setting traps and setting rhythms and breaking rhythms and stuff like that.
How's the
Excellent
gas
footwork.
tank in Kattar as well?
Kattar's got a great gas
Just
tank.
went 5 rounds with Dan Ige.
He's
He's
got
a
a
little
great-
monster.
he's
Killed
got a
it?
great gas tank.
You're
Yeah.
gonna need it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
say,
cool.
I'm not saying it's outstanding. Like Max, I would say probably has proven to have a 5-round gas tank and never looked tired. Calvin Kattar's had 1 5-round fight, and we saw that he can last as long as it's a pace that he's comfortable at. If Max puts his universally praised pace on Kattar, we'll see if he can swim.
Yeah,
I'm
look,
gonna lean with Max by decision.
Yeah, it's fair. Kattar's a gangster dude. Like,
He is,
cardio is not an issue and is not the focal
And
point.
also
of this
shout out
discussion.
to his main training partner and sparring partner is Rob Font, who looked absolutely
Yeah, good
so
Font,
sharp.
dude.
And if iron sharpens iron, those two motherfucking hammers or saws or whatever you want to call them, buzz saws, have looked nothing but spectacular lately.
Yeah.
So this is an outstanding main event on ABC, on Fight Pass, on ESPN.
Great card.
Hell yes, dude. This is a great low-key, great card to start the year off. I love it.
Something to look forward to. Well, I think I'm going to wrap it up there.
Yeah, huge shout out to everybody who tuned in and supported us last year, and look forward to big things this year. We've got a lot more segments that we're planning on doing, a lot more topics and talking points we're going to hopefully focus on.
Oh yeah, look, 2021's a big year for us. We've only been doing this
A couple of months.
for a couple months, really. You know what I mean?
Just tightening up the screws.
Yeah, and the support from people has been awesome. Social media's just been growing. We're on Spotify now. There's so much to look ahead of. I just want to personally shout out to give me a bit of equipment here on the audio side of things. Really helped us out and me in the editing process. That's Connor Davis.
Shout out to Connor.
So
Shout out to
not on
Condit.
the screen, but
Shout out to Ali for the new camera. We should be looking
There's that
high
as well.
definition.
Shout out to Jordan for the beer submission.
Yep,
Shout out to
absolutely.
Mark
Yep.
Ashford for setting up
Ashford.
this dude.
Yeah, he's helped me out. He's chucked some of my guitars on the wall there and whatnot. It's actually, we own a rental here, owned by himself. So, yeah, thanks to all those people. We've really helped us bring all this together, which has been an amazing experience so far. So.
Yeah, man, and we're looking forward to keeping your nostrils filled with filthy content. All throughout the year. We're hopefully going to try and knock out a podcast at least once a week
Yeah.
for the remainder of the year, next 50 weeks or so. So
So
hopefully
y'all
the
better
UFC
get used to
delivers.
us. Yeah,
Yeah,
that fucking 5
just help spread the word. Like, subscribe, share our stuff, shout us out. We'll shout you out. You know what I mean? Slide the DMs. Do whatever you got to do, man. We want to grow, and we love doing this. So,
Yeah.
thank you again.
Stay tuned, bitches.